Olympic gold medalist Eileen Gu embraces SF roots, leads SF Chinese New Year parade celebrations. San Francisco, KGO, freestyle skiing champion and international model Eileen Gu is preparing for a homecoming of a different kind as she steps into the role of Grand Marshal for the San Francisco Chinese New Year parade on Saturday. For the 22-year-old, the honor carries deep personal meaning rooted in her childhood and her connection to the city where she was born and raised. "I'm so excited. The San Francisco Chinese New Year parade is like none other," Gu said during an exclusive one-on-one interview with ABC 7 Eyewitness News anchor Kristen Z in the Mission District. "I grew up watching it, and the entire city knows what's happening, because the sound, the cheering, the sights, the smells, the brightness, it's really unparalleled." Gu, a three-time Olympic champion and six-time medalist who recently added 3 more medals at the Milan Cortina Games, said the Grand Marshal role is unlike anything she has done before. "This is a special thing to be Grand Marshal and be part of it," she said. Even with her reputation for fearlessness on the slopes, Gu admitted one part of her parade role makes her a bit nervous. Lighting the ceremonial firecrackers. "A little bit? I'm sure there are safety precautions that I'm going to get briefed on," she said. "But yeah, first time handling explosives, I will say." Gu's ties to San Francisco run deep. She attended Catherine Delmar Burke School for K-8 and then San Francisco University High School, where she ran cross-country and track, played basketball, and developed a love for the city's trails and coastline. "San Francisco is such a special city, and I will not shut up about it to anybody who will listen," she said. She recalled attending the San Francisco Chinese New Year parade as a child, even meeting then-Mayor, now Governor Gavin Newsom. She highlighted running Hellman Hollow in Golden Gate Park from 6th grade through high school and still revisits the course for fun. "How many cities, major cities in the world, can you think of that have the incredible routes that the video offers?" she said. "There are so many hidden trails in there that I'm still exploring after all these years." Gu said the Chinese New Year has always been central to her family life, especially the time spent cooking with her mother and grandmother. "I remember growing up making dumplings with my mom and grandma here in San Francisco," she said. "My mom is the best at rolling them and making them super thin, and then my grandma was the best at packing those so full of filling. It's like impossible to believe how she got them closed." Her grandmother, who helped raise her, remains a guiding presence despite passing away while Gu was competing at the Olympics. "She and I were massively close, and I'm so grateful to have had the time that I had with her," Gu said. "She has this indomitable spirit, and I think that it's almost impossible not to live on with that spirit." Though born in the year of the sheep, Gu laughed when told she shares traits with those born in the year of the horse. "Energetic, yep. Restless, charismatic. Can't see that. Optimistic, quick thinking. Hopefully, confident, probably the most hardworking when motivated. Definitely," she said. Gu, who has spent the past 2 weeks traveling across 3 continents, said her long-term goals remain centered on impact. "My biggest goal has always been making the greatest amount of positive impact on the global stage that I possibly can," she said. "At this moment in time, that takes the form of sport, fashion, and education." Olympic gold medalist Eileen Gu embraces San Francisco roots, leads Chinese New Year parade celebrations. Every year, when the Lunar New Year approaches, the streets of San Francisco transform into a vibrant sea of red lanterns, dancing dragons, and joyful celebration. The city's historic Chinatown becomes a living stage of culture, tradition, and unity. In 2026, this celebration carried an extra sense of pride and excitement as Olympic gold medalist Eileen Gu returned to her hometown to lead the famous San Francisco Chinese New Year parade as Grand Marshal. For many people watching the parade, it was more than just a festive moment. It was a powerful symbol of heritage, identity, and the journey of a young woman who grew up in San Francisco and went on to become one of the world's most celebrated athletes. A homecoming filled with pride. Born and raised in San Francisco, Eileen Gu's story reflects the spirit of a multicultural city. Her mother, who immigrated from China, raised her with strong values rooted in both Chinese traditions and American opportunity. Growing up, Gu spent her childhood exploring the hills of the Bay Area, studying hard in school, and developing a passion for sports. From a young age, she showed exceptional talent in skiing. What began as a childhood hobby soon grew into a lifelong pursuit of excellence. Her dedication and courage eventually led her to compete on the world stage at the 2022 Winter Olympics, where she captured global attention. At the Olympics, Gu achieved an extraordinary feat by winning multiple medals, including gold in freestyle skiing events. Her victory was not only a triumph for her personally but also an inspiration for millions of young athletes around the world. Despite her global fame, Gu has always remained proud of the city where her journey began. Returning to San Francisco as the Grand Marshal of the Chinese New Year Parade was, for her, a deeply meaningful moment. The magic of the parade. The San Francisco Chinese New Year Parade is one of the largest and oldest Lunar New Year celebrations outside Asia. For over a century, it has brought together communities to celebrate culture, family, and hope for the year ahead. The streets fill with colorful floats, lion dancers, martial artists, and marching bands. Firecrackers echo through the city, while the legendary Golden Dragon weaves its way through cheering crowds. For Gu, these sights and sounds were not new. As a child, she attended the parade with her family, standing among thousands of spectators, watching the dragons dance beneath glowing lanterns. Now, years later, she stood at the front of the celebration, waving to the crowd that once surrounded her as a young girl. The moment represented the full circle of her journey, from a local child enjoying a cultural festival to a global sports icon leading it. A bridge between cultures. One of the most remarkable aspects of Eileen Gu's story is her ability to represent multiple identities at once. She grew up in the United States, speaks fluent English and Mandarin, and proudly embraces both American and Chinese cultural influences. This unique background has allowed her to become a symbol of connection between cultures. In today's increasingly global world, identity is often complex and layered. Gu represents a new generation of individuals who move comfortably between cultures, languages, and traditions. Leading the Chinese New Year Parade was a reflection of this role. It showed how cultural heritage can be celebrated, while also embracing the diverse experiences that shape modern life. For many young Asian Americans watching the parade, Gu's presence was inspiring. She demonstrated that it is possible to celebrate one's roots while pursuing dreams on a global stage, inspiring the next generation. Beyond her athletic achievements, Eileen Gu has become a role model.